Hello and welcome back to Deadfire. So, we have four quests, but we can only actually do one of them. Well, we could do the main quest, but yeah, who wants to do that? We do Shadows of under Nekataka. Now, this involves us going to the Watershaper's Guild, and I have a theory, which I'll say as we're going through here, about where it's going to take us. Now, you remember that dungeon that we went to on Nekataka Island that had an underground bit that we couldn't access? Just saying. Sounds like that might be where we need to go. I was wondering whether we want to take this party. Maybe. Think we might swap out Zoti. Although she did do amazingly well in the vampire fight. But I think we're going to swap her out for Palagina. Just because she hasn't been around for a lot. And it gives us a little bit more damage. So let's swap them out. For Palagina. I think Olaf's going to have more to give us than Seraphine in this particular one, which is okay. And then Periki's overlooked. Oh, we can't go to the Watershaper's Guild. Oh. Okay. So, that makes me think that there's something going on outside it. Or when we enter it, maybe it's hostile. Maybe it's locked. Okay. Oh, and Palagina has enough experience to level up. Oh, perfect. Arcana, Intimidate, that's level 20 for her. So she has the Light of Pure Zeal. Can't take either of those. So Divine Retribution, maybe? Yeah, was there any others we were looking for? I guess Divine Retribution is the only one, because we can't actually access either of these ones. Yeah. Unless there's something earlier we want. Increase maximum zeal. Concentration. Melee attacks remove charmed. Potentially could be good. I could see an argument for it. Fast runner is actually... Surprisingly, I think that might be good. It's something that gets her into combat. Doesn't use single-handed weapons. Concentration and stuff could be good if we want to give her more defenses, I guess. Increases damage dealt by critical hits as well. Definitely good. And a chance of zeal when you down an enemy. Let's go for increased damage from criticals. That means that when she crits, she'll be doing a ton of damage. Okay. Right, and then, give her the ability to use a pike. That's fine. Seems okay. Right. Perfect. So she can now use pretty much everything apart from staffs. Okay, and I was just seeing whether she's set up. We probably have another two-handed weapon we could give her if we don't want to give her this one. Skills with missing string, huh? Interesting. That's an interesting one. We could give her the cyclone weapon actually as a... Interesting. I was just wondering whether we want to give her this, although it's not actually, doesn't do that much damage, but I was thinking we could give her that as a, can this search do, no, it can't do anything else, it can just do words. Actually, can I search for two-handed? Two-handed. Oh, wow, it does work. Oathbreaker's End? Okay. That's a lot of damage. Why does it say it requires two hands to wield but deals increased damage? That's weird. I think I saw that before as well. We might give her this as a secondary weapon. Yeah. I think that seems better. Although that's all about the crits. It would be nice if we could give her some of these better weapons, but... yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Morning Star... nah, it doesn't do that much damage. Is that the same damage type? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what we want to give her. What's the upgrades to this one? Found guilty. Enemies killed while under the effects of Scales of Justice deal raw damage. Alright, killing them, or restores health to nearby allies. Ooh, that could be nice. And this one's already upgraded, I guess. Okay. Let's give her the upgrade Found Guilty on that one. Yeah, and we'll also equip that. And then we will make that the one that she's using. Okay, cool. Set up a formation. That seems perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Sure.
Right. Little quick save. Just close that formation window. Let's see what's up with the Watershapers Guild. Right. And that's this one up here, I think. So from the outside, nothing's wrong. Okay. Let's just go in. Okay. Hopefully we're all okay here.
Gati's lamp. What happened here?
Oh, they're all dead. Yeah, that is definitely not good.
Eyes open.
Well, I'm gonna go stealthy. Yeah, we'll have the robes. Actually, let's not. Is that a Naga? It is a Naga. So the Naga attacked the Watershapers? Hopefully it's not the Naga I let go. That would be very bad. Yeah, definitely gonna go for all the corpses and take all their stuff. That's still stealing? Alright then. How about over here? If there's anything over this way? Still stealing. Okay, so it must be on that underground bit that we went to earlier. Like, a lot earlier. Okay.
Go no further. There is a situation in the guild hall.
The Watershaper glances over his shoulder, his chest rising and falling, with deep breath.
What say? Where is Myru?
Takehu's brow creases with concern.
For what did Nagati send you but to lend your strength?
He nods and claps Takehu on the shoulder.
All is under control, I say. But the building is closed until Myru cleans up the mess below.
He thumbs over to the blocked stairwell. Onikaza sent me to speak with Myru. What is happening?
Nothing beyond the likes of us, I say.
His exhaustion breaks under a proud grin.
Naga swam in from the waterways of our sanctum. We pressed back until they fled underground. Then Myru gathered her forces for a stand at Pariki's tomb. I am to guard the staircase while she routs the last of them. Kira, but Myru is fierce for her years.
He grimaces as another deep rumble shakes the earth under your feet.
Snakes could not have caused that tremor.
Kira, we felt the quakes even before the serpent showed up.
Ekenu nods and wipes a bit of dust from the ceiling rafters off his shoulder. Why are they attacking the guild?
I do not know. With great purpose, they throw their bodies back to Rikuhu's bowels. I say, this is personal. They strike with anger, not conviction.
He turns his arm and studies a shallow wound. Why haven't you summoned help from the queen?
We are Watershapers. Onikaza knows we can walk over a few snakes. Myru, though, I say she would not turn down reinforcements.
He eyes you up and down, nodding as the idea takes root. What's causing those tremors?
Not snakes, I say.
Ekenu frowns, worrying in the back of his head.
Unless they brought a battering ram.
Well, I hope Myru leaves something for me.
Ha! I say you will have to run fast. She could cut through Naga like a harpoon through blubber. I will remain and dispatch any snakes who slither past you. Good hunting.
Ekenu nods and touches his brow. Okay. So, bunch of Naga attack. There's something rumbling, but it's not the Naga. Yeah, I would assume it's something like Aethys, but Aethys is obviously not here. So, interesting.
There.
Well, they definitely left some.
Ahead.
That looks like it hurt.
Yeah, that's one dead Naga. What's this one over here? Oh, Lesser Bogus. Okay, we'll just hit that with one of these. Nice, okay. Chain Lightning?
Lava.
I might do it. That was pretty good. Another Chain Lightning, please. If I actually select it. Are there actually hotkeys for these? No. Okay, thought I'd check. Right. And that is the end of the Naga. Right. Not really scared of Naga. They seem fairly easy to fight in terms of everything. They don't really have any special skills.
I shall.
Okay. This is Pariki, and we talked to Pariki before, didn't we? Ugh, a curse on all snakes. There's okay. Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice there was a Naga there.
There's something you don't see every day.
Okay, okay. What have we got? Stormblight? Weak to crushing and fire. Okay, well, let's hit it with some crush. Right. Perfect. And it is dead. I like how Edier didn't even think to join in. He just stood there. Okay.
I shall.
What's up? The Guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet yours, her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood.
Myru! Oh, gods, but look what they've done to you!
Takehu covers his mouth with both hands as he surveys her injuries.
Peace, Takehu. I gave back 10 times what I took. Too many, even for me.
He sputters on a mouthful of blood, but still manages a red-rimmed smile. Onikaza sent me to find you, but I think you need a healer first.
No time for that, I say.
He waves you off, grimacing.
You're too stubborn to die, old shark.
His voice wavers as a fresh gout of blood seeps between Maru's fingers.
For once, Takehu, just listen.
She raises a steady hand to cover his trembling one.
The rod of the deep. Ugh, I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
Myru coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
This making sense to you, Takehu?
I think she wishes us to enter the Watershaper sanctum?
Takehu turns back to Myru, who offers him a weak nod.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
Myru gives you a blurry look as her focus begins to slip away. What's gonna escape?
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. It doesn't sound like she's even addressing you any longer. The Guildmaster's eyes glaze over and she falls silent.
Myru? Myru?
Takehu takes her by the shoulder and shakes. Gently at first, then harder. At last he stops, pulling away and bringing his hands up to clutch his brow.
By Ngati. She's dead.
We still don't know why this is happening.
Myru told us to seek a rod and a door. A vague plea, I say. But I would honor her last wish.
He touches his brow, sighing. Well, let's go. There's nothing we can do for her.
Akira, the others will see to her once we've cleaned up the last of this mess.
Takehu regards Myru's corpse one last time before turning away. Oh. Hello.
The wheel. How it tugs at me. Akira, and how bright you look.
Myru's attention snaps towards a distant speck of light, but she shakes it off to remain in the moment.
At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door.
Myru closes her eyes and concentrates.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching.
Myru opens her eyes again, and she nods as her form grows indistinct.
You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
Thank you, Myru. Rest well. Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point towards the entrance of the sanctum. She reaches to touch Takehu's cheek, but of course her hand drifts through his skin. He shivers, touched by a passing breeze.
Isn't this a bit much?
Can we talk to this person again?
Come here.
No. Nothing new. Okay. We did explore this last time. Was there anything back here last time? I don't think there was. I think it was just the library. So she pointed us back towards the entrance. Sorry, I didn't quite understand where we got to go. Rods, sanctum, which me to strengthen the set of wards. Yeah. So I assume it's this way in the grotto. I could be wrong. Yeah, it must be this way. Okay, good. Because it said towards the entrance, and I'm thinking, what, the way we went in there? Doesn't make any sense. Tekehu? Let's have a tornado back there. And we'll get some lightning in here. Go. Right. That'll do it. More lightning, please. And got one of those.
That's it!
That'll do it. Right. Grab
Next
the
time,
loot.
a challenge.
Oh, we got the rod. That was easy enough. Oh, clear out that. Rod of the Deep Hunter. Okay. It wasn't in the grotto, it was just down at the bottom there. We have to head this. Ah, the stone door. I see. Stone door we never went through. That'll be it then. Okay, so up here. Shadow under Nekataka, we had another Jake. As you approach the door, the carved stone flashes with ethereal light. You feel a faint, salty breeze gusting from an unseen source. What's the inscription say? Huana runes decorate the stone entrance. Ngati would not have gifted or chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. The sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Pariki, master of the guild. I'll touch the door of the rod of the deep hunter. The door reacts at once. A stone panel shifts aside to reveal a circular dial engraved with symbols. This would appear to be a locking mechanism requiring a precise combination. Study them. Brushing aside, a layer of dust reveals a circular dial of pictographs. Though you could not guess their relevance or relation to each other, you recognize the symbols themselves. The first is the full moon, its light beaming down on Niora. Second is the Huana symbol of Andra, classically depicted with the head of an anglerfish in her aspect as Ngati. Next is a pair of hands reaching out to each other, fingertips barely making contact. And last is rain falling powerfully and inexorably. I want to just have a
Yours to
look
command,
at what
Captain.
the one was. Ngati, Orb, Pearl. So it's Ngati, Pearl Orb, Eyes with Tears, Moon Skyward Journey, Lover's Affection. So hands are last, Moon second last, Rain, and I guess Ngati herself is the first one. Okay. So first one is gonna be, it's gotta go that one, that, yeah, so we want to go clockwise, wait, counterclockwise. Press. You hear a grating mechanical clunk of stone tumblers setting into place behind the door. Clockwise twice, doesn't matter. Right, press. Counterclockwise. Press. And then two of those, then press. You hear a clattering of tumblers resetting behind the door, and the engravings rotate back to the moon symbol. Doesn't seem like you're unlocking things in the correct order. Moon, fish, hands, rain. So we know... Wait. Moon, fish, hands, rain. Let's read it again. Pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view. Maybe it's moon, rain. Now this one must be moon, though. This is like Ngati, moon, rain, hands. Unless you have to... Oh, maybe you have to go back to moon. So it's Ngati, moon, rain, moon, hands. Let's try that one. Okay. So, counterclockwise. Press Ngati. Moon. Rain. Yeah. That one. Rain. Moon. 2. Hands. You hear clattering and whirring as the dial recedes into the door. There's a low rumble as the doorway opens inwards, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel beyond. Perfect. Travel into it. The air beyond the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else, something old, which raises the hairs on the back of your neck. You take your first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding rock. Obviously, we're going through anyway. You navigate the dark, narrow tunnel, pressing your shoulders together to fit the passage. It's a dragon? Alright. As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that breached from the depth.
How in all Aora have they kept it down here?
Good question.
This would be a great fishing story.
Perfetto. I am thrilled as always to walk into a dragon's lair with you, Watcher. Your path is littered with the creatures.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
The dragon flares his nostrils and glares at you. I love that we can just shout, "Dragon!" at him. You know what? We're going to talk. Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus, Guardian of the Isles.
He slaps his tail against the floor.
You ever consider a nickname?
Skirilophus narrows his eyes at Edier.
Just give it some thought, is all I'm saying.
What is this? One of Andra's whelps?
His snout wrinkles at Takehu.
Hello.
Takehu swallows. Hot stream jets from the dragon's nostrils. Well, I'm Palxa, captain of the More Defiant.
I would see this vessel of yours someday, but we will return to that. You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
His eyes narrow into slits.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the Watershapers, those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art. An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
Takehu, could this be true? He stares up at the dragon, oblivious to you until he blinks and returns to the moment.
I only know an interpretation of Ngati's covenant, but Akera, it is possible.
He nods slowly.
The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no Watershapers to remember them. When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul.
This cannot be true, I say.
The half-breed's naivete is charming. I see why you suffer his company. And now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The luminous Adra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
Well, I love the third option, so I'm going with it. Your soul is stuck here. Let me take a look.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Submerging in a dragon's soul feels at first disorientating, like perusing the stacks of a vast library. The energy and vibrancy that should color his soul is grey and worn. From the shadows, a dark, formless thing reaches out to you in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperse its energy elsewhere to the Watershaper students of Nekataka. Oh, so he is telling the truth here. As it touches you, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. You withdraw from the sensation, shaky and depleted. Well, I've looked into your soul, it's true.
Believe what you will. My duty to the archipelago is all that matters. Freedom comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
Coriolis narrows his eyes and watches you carefully.
My gift to Periki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
The dragon lashes its tail in eager, repetitive circles.
We have a responsibility, I say.
Trailing off, Takehu pulls absently on one of his hairs.
But if he speaks truth, the Huana are better served if he remains.
Your opinion is irrelevant, half-breed.
Well, let's start about... What happens if you're to your captors if I do as you ask? Let's do that first.
The Huana have chartered their doom. I will not mourn their passing. Neither will I speed it along while they stand against the foreign tide.
I have questions about you first, Dragon.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
Interesting. I like that one. Let's, so you're bound here by your soul.
Periki and her crew forged wards that anchor my soul to this chamber. I am not chained here, but I am compelled to remain.
How did you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana waned. Crafty Periki sought me out to strike a deal. She used my soul as a crutch for her Watershapers. In exchange, she vowed to protect the Adra.
Go on.
I came as an honored guest. The Watershapers grew strong, and new conflicts replaced the old. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
You think of yourself as a guardian.
That is a duty as old as the islands themselves. In ages past, there were 3 guardians. They watched over the Isles, the Adra, and lost Ukaizo.
That is similar to the tenets of Ngati's covenant.
Takehu furrows his brow.
You are perceptive for a fish.
Something on your mind, Takehu?
Akira, there is too much running through my head, I say.
Takehu touches his forehead spot.
For another time.
Takehu reaches up and touches his cheek with a shaking hand.
The fish is not ready to know what he only now suspects.
Something like a chuckle echoes in your mind. You spoke of 3 guardians.
Creatures of unparalleled age and power, bound, like me, to strengthen the Huana. If they still lived, no foreign ship would trespass on these islands.
What do you know of Ukaizo?
A city where Kith spoke to gods, the heart of an empire. I know only what I hear. Ukaizo was gone before my time. Even its myth is dust and ashes.
I've got other questions.
Ukaizo is lost beyond all memory. Better to forget that monument of hubris.
Okay, what if we excise the imprisoned portion of your soul from the rest?
No, my soul is not for the taking. Not by you, or any of the outsider spirit thieves.
Okay, back to the negotiations then. Okay. I'd like to discuss the matter of your release.
talk, then.
Okay. Why is the rod so important?
It contains a fragment of my soul, gifted willingly to share of my strength. The Huana twisted it against me, just as they twist themselves.
Boiling, frothy water drips from the edges of his jaw. How do I free you?
Pariki and her mages crafted this prison with the rod you carry.
He tips his head to the raised stones around the chamber.
The rod could destroy the wards as well.
Will you let me inspect this prison? A low growl builds in the back of his throat.
Your inspection is irrelevant. I have seen enough of these walls for the both of us. The wards are the bars of my prison, and the rod you carry can bend them apart like stalks of wheat.
Okay. You can say it might be safer to siphon power and let the wards collapse on their own, but I won't bore you with the details. Yeah, okay, let's say that.
If you think it prudent.
Sicorilephalus raises one of his scaly brows.
Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you. There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
The dragon unclenches his jaw and watches you in silence. So, I'm just, in terms of my thoughts here, one, of course, we're going to save. And two, I'm kinda on the side of releasing the dragon. It seems like he made a deal and that deal was broken, and he'd like to be released now. Alright, so each of these... Alright, well, that's fine. A raised ward stone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved along its surface glow with a pale light. Okay, I just want to have a look around the outside. They did say strengthen the wards no matter what it says. That's what Myru said. But I'm tempted to just not do that and instead completely let it go. Inspect it. Enchantments coursing through the stonework keep the dragon tethered to the spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. Okay, again, matches with what he said. The siphoning enchantment merely sips at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think this could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. You can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The ward flashes, causing the Rod of Deep Hunter to tremble in your pack. If the two were to share the same as if the two share some arcane affinity for each other. Ah, so we can siphon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild, then break the imprisoning. Or we can just disable it. I think we're just gonna disable it. Yeah. The runes crackle as their power dissipates. In seconds, their light is extinguished, and the shapes of each arcane sigil lose definition until they fade into total obscurity.
I can feel the weight of this pit diminishing around me. Do not stop now.
Patience, I'm getting to it.
The next ward. Make haste.
Okay. Okay. Don't you worry. Right, again. Runes crackle as their power dissipates. In seconds, their light is extinguished, and the shapes of the arcane sigil lose definition until they fade into total obscurity. Like, why would you strengthen if you've... Yeah, I'm going to choose the same option each time. Yes. Why would you strengthen, like, just the last one? Just like, nah, just kidding. Keeping you trapped here. See you later. Okay. Let it out.
Hey there.
Right. Disable it. Right. Dragon's out. Skyrolephalus blinks down at you and rolls his shoulders as if for the first time.
The burden of this prison is lifted. I will return to the beloved Atra.
Skyrolephalus flexes his claws and lets out an exultant bellow. Will you consider showing mercy against those who wronged you?
Mercy. Only for those who showed mercy to me.
He splits his
The
jaw
rest.
into a lethal grin.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas, you will feel a welcome chill as my shadow passes over your deck. Depend on it.
Roaring with triumph, this guy real laugh fast, aims at his body at the rocky ceiling and takes off. We just got a dragon ally? Cool. Skyro real laugh fast beats his wings, lifting his massive form above the ground of his watery prison. He stretches open his jaws and roars, the ensuing blast blowing out the top of his prison, exposing it to the sky above. For the first time in untold years, natural light floods the interior of the chamber. He snaps his wings a second time, flying through the exit with wild abandon, tilting at reckless, unpracticed angles before he builds incredible speed. When he emerges, shrieks of horror and dismay grow in volume. Moments later, as he passes out of view, you hear an explosion of splintered wood, upheaved water, and incredible devastation on the southwestern corner of the island. Ooh. Okay. Not quite what I wanted to do, but that's alright. We also got the Rod of the Deep Hunter, which is a 15 to 24 rod. Okay. Lowers deflection upon getting a hit. That's okay. Got AoE, which is the main reason it's around. You make it a superb one, so it does more damage. Thrashing Surf. Alright, yeah, it gives you that ability, and then Rejuvenating Waters. So it gives you abilities that Takehu can naturally get, I think. Although, I don't know if he has that one. Maybe he does. Yeah, I'm not interested though. I think. What's Takehu currently using? Currently using the gun. Which actually doesn't do a lot of damage. But it does do true damage. It is a huge amount more damage, I suppose. Although the gun is... I guess it makes sense for him to use it. Yeah. Might as well upgrade it, because we have the money. We have more than enough money. We probably don't need these upgrades. But yeah, the superb upgrade we'll take. We can make it legendary if we had some Adraban. Okay, how much does it do now? Yeah, 23 to 36. So it does a lot of damage. It's actually quite random in terms of the damage, but okay. Anyway.
Captain, a word.
Takehu inclines his head and touches his forehead spot. What's on your mind?
When I joined the guild, I was a fish in a dream.
Takehu looks at the ground between his feet.
Watershapers were the keepers of our oldest covenant, protectors of history, heroes, I say. Now I see the guild only for what it has become. Ikera, a perversion of the oldest Juana art.
He grimaces and looks away. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure.
If the guild cannot depend on its own teachings, then difficult times lie ahead of us all. I do not want to tarry in this house of regret a moment longer. My thoughts will be clearer in time. You are kind to listen, I say.
Well, let's be off. Okay. So, he's obviously got mixed feelings about how things have gone here. That's alright. Hey, Kenu, what's up?
Onikaza will want your report, I say. Pariki should have known we could not keep a dragon forever.
Probably, although Pariki didn't think that you were keeping a dragon either. But, you know, it was a trade originally. Ooh. Yeah, the weather is quite interesting. Oh, it's all gone very very, very cloudy and rainy. Okay. Well, let's head up to Serpent's Crown. Into the rooftop. Let's speak to Queen Onikaza, who is not going to be pleased at all, I imagine. Oh yeah, she's going to hate us, isn't she? So, hello Queen, what's up?
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
Onakaza raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
Onakaza pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me what happened.
Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon.
You do not jest.
The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
Takehu folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something about the gesture causes Onakaza to hold her attention on him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Onakaza searches over your shoulder. Skyrorilathus agreed to lend the Watershapers his strength to protect the archipelago.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onakaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for the exit, Onakaza leans back in her throne and considers.
Ikera, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
Onakaza turns back to you, leaving Takehu to pull in his hair and frown.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her. All at the cost of this beast's freedom.
Onakaza raises her brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onakaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild...
Onakaza leans forward. Well, we're going to be honest. I set him free. Nothing in Onakaza's outward bearing changes, but the silence of the rooftop garden feels especially oppressive. Then you notice the scratching sound of her nails in the armrest of her chair, and her tigers glance up at you with sudden attentiveness.
No, no, I say! Nagati close her teeth around your boat and Wodika scrawl your name in her log of disgrace.
It is a poor ruler who doesn't recognize what is under her feet, Onakaza. Oh, we could say that, but that's a little bit aggressive. Well, I'm gonna say the second one though, I think. What the guild did was wrong, I set it free. I set it right, even.
If my apprentices struggle to learn Nagati's art, then we have no hope of replenishing the ranks. And I do not have the luxury of patience. I cannot keep Rawatai in check if they do not recognize our strength. The guild can outlast this, but our enemies will test us beyond what we can endure.
You can't afford to lose friends, Onakaza.
You think I do not know this?
Onakaza's lips peel back in a grimace.
An ally of the crown would do anything to preserve our way of life, to see that the Huana prosper, I say.
Without empathy and mercy, you will soon find yourself surrounded by enemies. She blinks and raises a hand to her lips as your words sink in. Courtiers around the garden take hesitant steps closer.
Watershapers have kept this city in the hands of the Kahanga. A queen cannot do this alone.
He looks up at you, a deep furrow cleaving her brow.
You may work off your debt to the crown. I will swallow my pride if it keeps an ally under my roof.
The tension in the garden begins to ebb with the softening of Onakaza's tone. Just kidding, I quit is not quite the right tone there. You know what? She's taking a step down to us. We'll meet her in the middle. Thank you for the second chance, Highness.
Thank the goddess. Pray that she finds you worthy of service. My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Neketaka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki. My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong.
Onikaza thumbs her chin and nods.
They say you fought a detachment of warriors on Motare Okozi. Then you have seen their fury firsthand. The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's Iron Fleet.
I'll make contact with the Wahiki and hope for the best.
Sail for the Isle of Oriokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Neketaka. There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life.
Onikaza dismisses you with a nod. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas, I'll remember that.
Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Wahaki are not a trusting people.
Onikaza nods and dismisses you with a wave. Alright, well there's the Wahaki that we saw previously and we'll need to see again, and... Shaking his head, Takehu seems uncertain of where to place his focus. He draws and expels heavily. He draws and expels heavy, whistling breaths through his nose. Do you want to talk?
And to my tribe, the Watershapers were keepers of the past, our connection to the ancestors.
His speech rises in intensity, though he doesn't seem aware of it.
How the guild heaped praise on Ngati's chosen. How they congratulated themselves for acquiring me, I say. My cage was a gilded one. Their dragon, he was not so lucky.
Well... I think we'll not be confrontational here. I see your point. They used you both.
The guild teaches a likeness of Ngati's art. For shame. But they posture before outsiders like masters of old.
He holds up an authoritative finger, breathing heavily.
To inspire the world with Ngati's gift. This is my calling.
Well, Neketaka needs your strength. See that the guild remembers that.
None of this changes how I feel when I practice the forms. Like swimming over an ocean trench, I say.
He crosses his arms over his chest and sighs.
But Pariki twisted my art into a perversion. An echo of what it should be. The guild must change for the Hawana to grow. I say that as Ngati's message delivered through her son's mouth.
What do you plan on doing about it?
I will bring a change not seen since the days of our ancestors.
Takehu thumbs his chin, considering.
Our legends speak of the covenant with Ngati, one that defined the tribes for generations. The ancestors gave her unwavering devotion, and she gave them a gift.
Takehu sighs and lazily scoops a panful of water droplets from the air. They form a rough approximation of an anglerfish.
Losing Ukaizo severed our connection to the gods. Over time, their gifts diminished.
The anglerfish turns belly up and puffs into vapor.
The tribes have never needed Ukaizo more. With Ngati's blessing, I would bring Ukaizo to them.
Ngati gave you water shaping?
Ikera, talent like mine was once effortless, I say. Our birthright as Hawana.
He smooths back his hair in his hands, coming away damp.
Our ancestors could raise islands or divide the seas. No warship could stand against us. Now only a fraction of us remember.
He wipes his palm dry, frowning all the while. What would you expect to find on Ukaizo?
The bleached bones of the past? Lewd sculptures? No one knows what the Huana left behind, and there is little enough for us to guess by.
Tell me what you know of Ukaizo.
An island, a city, a dream. The best of our people, before Cataclysm buried it under ash and waves. Others call it the heart of the Huana Empire, and more still, call it home.
So you're committed to finding the island?
I say it is obvious now that Ngati brought me into the world to do this for the Huana.
He frowns, uncertain about his comfort with the idea.
Whatever we find, what better crew than friends to find lost Ukaizo on treacherous seas? Akira?
He makes a sweeping gesture, grinning all the while.
I'm glad we got him excited. Makes me wish I knew how to sail.
Or we could visit the bathhouse for a nice quiet soak. Just a thought.
He shrugs. Palagina smiles weakly as she gives Takehu a half-hearted nod and a shrug.
Captain, you have let the handsome fish do all the talking. I needed this. Thank you.
He releases a heavy sigh, shaking out his arms as the tension dissipates. Well, I like hearing the handsome fish talk. One of Takehu's hair slips over his ear. He smooths it back with a gentle squish, clearing his throat. The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an instant tug for your attention. The pool centering from Takehu's soul. All right, surrender to it.
My handsome fish is intimidated by his own potential. How upsetting for him.
Just to let you know, that's as quiet for me as it is for you. The air around you feels thick with moisture. Andra leans forward in her throne.
See the anxiety that takes shelter behind his confident smile. He has worn that since he was old enough to swim. I could always plant the covenant in his dreams, but that would spoil the fun of Ukaizo. My final test with Juana. Help him to rise up from crawling. Help him to stand and walk as a man, as a god.
Her presence draws away and her watery fingers lightly brush the nape of your neck.
Still with us, Captain? I had no desire to bore you with my inane chatter.
Takehu smirks, eyeing you with concern. Well, let's be off. Alright then. Well, I think we're going to end the episode here. I do want to check. We do not have a quest for that yet. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm going to end the episode here, as I said before. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.